So welcome to my first yoga video. This will be a 30-minute power yoga. So just come seated on your mat. Start to breathe, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. As you inhale, allow the belly to expand. As you exhale, draw the belly in and up. Bring your hands to your heart center. I invite you to set an intention for your practice today, your why. Let's spread the knees apart, feet touching, and come into a comfortable child's pose. And just as a reminder, you can come here anytime you need a break, need time to refocus. Let's go ahead and extend your arms further forward, spreading the fingers, stretching into the back, the shoulders. Let's come up into a tabletop position on all fours. Extend the right arm forward, left leg back. And as you exhale, come down, switching sides, left arm, right leg. And come down. So just find a pace that works for you as you flow with the breath, alternating sides. So about one more time on each side, no rush. Just awakening all those muscles around the spine, the core. Let's go ahead and step your feet back to a plank pose, knowing you can drop the knees down here if you need to. Slowly lower to the mat with the elbows in. Press into the tops of the feet, lift the chest for cobra. Keeping the knees down, press up into your supported plank, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Feel free to alternate bending your knees. Again, we're just warming up here. Let's lift that right leg up, pull the belly in, step that foot forward between the hands, dropping the knee, and coming up into a kneeling lunge position. Front knee over ankle, and just relax into the hips, opening up the hip flexors. Take the hands down, and take that right arm up for a twist. Bringing the hand down, let's step back to downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, bring it forward between your hands, dropping the knee. And then inhale, rise up. Softening into your hips. Taking the hands down, lift that arm up for your twist. Hand comes down, step back to downward facing dog. Let's walk your hands backwards. I'm out of the frame here a little bit, but just cradle your elbows in the palms, relax your head. Then all I'm doing is gently just swaying side to side. Just starting to awaken the hamstrings, the back, so you can soften your knees here as much as you need to. Hands come back down. Let's just lengthen the spine, look forward, flatten your back, and walk back out to your plank pose. Again, you can always drop the knees. Shift forward and lower all the way to the mat. Flip the feet over, peel the chest up for a little higher cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lift that right leg up. Step that foot forward. Knee comes down, rise up. Exhale, hands come down. This time straighten that forward leg coming into the hamstring, toes pull up. So again here, we're just moving with the breath. Inhale as you rise, exhale down, inhaling, lengthening, and exhale forward. One more time. Step back to plank pose. So option here for a little bit of strength. Shift forward, bend the elbows, push right back up, and come into downward facing dog. So we just added a push-up there. You can always take that out. Lift the left leg, step it forward, Do the same thing on this side. Inhale, come up. Exhaling, hands down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come forward. Just a few more times at your own pace. Again, just warming the body, starting to awaken those hamstrings and then getting into that back. Step back to plank. Option here for your push-up. Shift forward, elbows in, touching the rib cage, press it back up. Downward facing dog. Let's step the right foot forward, then the left. Lengthen the spine, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold, bend the knees as much as you need to here. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen the spine, and then fold. Step back to your plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, flip the feet over, hips and knees off the mat, and then come into downward facing dog. So if that's too intense for you, cobra is your option. As you inhale, step the left foot forward, then the right, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Hands to the heart center. So we're just flowing through Sun Salutation A. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, look forward, flatten your back, and fold. Step back to plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend of up dog. Exhale, lift the belly up and back, hips back, down dog. Take several breaths here. Stepping the feet forward, lengthen and fold. Inhale, rise up. Hands to the heart. Again, inhale. Exhale, folding. Lengthen, just let your breath be your guide and fold. Stepping back. Shift forward, elbows in. Upward facing dog and down dog. Stepping or floating the feet to the hands and fold. Reach all the way up to stand. Hands to the heart. Inhale, rise up. Forward fold. Lengthen and fold. Step or float back. Chaturanga. Upward. Exhale, downward. Stepping or floating feet forward, lengthen and fold. Relax the head and neck. Inhale, rise all the way up with a flat back. Use your core. Hands to the heart. This time, sit your hips back into chair pose as you inhale. Arms extend up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Bend the knees. Hands on the floor. Step or float back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg comes up, stepping it forward. As you inhale, rise up here into a crescent lunge. Shoulders over hips. That back heel is lifted. Come down, step back. Option to hold here or flow through chaturanga. So this is just your vinyasa. You can always take this part out if you'd like. Taking that left leg up, pull the belly in to bring the knee forward. Inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, bring the hands down, step back, hold it in plank or flow through your vinyasa. Look forward, step or float, feet to hands, and fold. Sitting back into chair pose, and then hands to the heart center. Let's try that again. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, folding. Lengthen the spine. Plant those hands, step or float back. If you're floating, please land with soft elbows. Flowing. Lifting the right leg. Stepping it forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come back down. Inhaling, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward and down dog. On the left, lifting the leg. Reach up. Hands come down. Stepping back and vinyasa. Take your breaths here. So you can always come into a child's pose or rest at any time. Just continue to hold that downward facing dog. I'm just adjusting here. Let's bring the feet forward. Forward fold. Sit back. Samasthetihi, steady balance, hands to the heart, sit back. It's one more time through. Exhale, fold. So hopefully by now you're starting to feel warmer. You're learning these flows, step or float back. Again, lift the right leg. Exhale, bring it forward. Rise up. Exhale down. Stepping back. And flowing. Lifting that left leg with the inhale, exhale. Be sure you're pulling the belly in here. Use that core to come up. Exhale with that flat back, come down. Step back. And again, you can be holding plank here or go straight to down dog and take out these extra vinyasas if you're just not feeling it today. Bring the feet back forward when you're ready. Forward fold. Sit back into chair pose. Hands to the heart. So now we're just gonna balance for a moment. So just bring that right knee in and then just open it out to the side. Bring it back in, flex your foot, place that ankle above the knee and sit down into standing pigeon pose. So you can keep your hands at your heart. You really can't see very well here on this video, but I extended my arms. Relax. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So pull the left knee in, open it up to the side, bring it back forward, flexing the foot, place it above that opposite knee, bend the standing leg and sit back. And again, arms can come up if you'd prefer. Let's come back, sit back into chair pose. Your feet and knees should be together. If they're not, please bring them together. Sit back into your hips, and we're gonna add a twist. Take that elbow outside of the knee, and take a moment, glance down, make sure your knees are glued together and one has not popped out in front of the other. Bring it back to center, squeeze the belly muscles, twist to the other side, gazing up if it's comfortable for you. Bring it back to the center. Extend your arms, sit back into the hips. We're going to step now to the top of your mat. Sit back into chair pose again. Exhale to fold. Lengthen. Exhaling chaturanga. And again, just doing the flow. Let's lift the right leg. Let's step that foot forward. We're going to come right back into crescent lunge, holding here this time. Breathe. So turn your palms forward as you exhale. Pull the elbows down and bend the back leg. Pull it down. So just doing some lunge, strengthening the legs here, strengthening the muscles in the back, pulling the arms down. Couple more. Open up to warrior two. So I apologize you can't see my feet here. All I did was drop my back heel. Opening up. Now drop that back arm, reach up for reverse warrior. Again, staying bent into that front leg. Let's come up, straighten both legs, come into triangle pose, Trikonasana. So I like to look up here if it's uncomfortable for your neck. Just continue to look forward. You do not have to touch the floor. I rest on my shins, reach up, reverse triangle. Just give it a stretch. Circle to the mat, step back. Choose to hold plank. Hold here, right leg is up. Pull the knee into the chest, extend it back. Pull it in. So all I'm doing is pulling my right knee into the chest, working my core. Belly muscles pulled in. So you might be choosing just to hold plank here. Now hold it, give me one push-up. Right back to one leg dog. Stretch it up. Now bend that knee is up, foot is down, continuing with our core work here. This time pull it in and twist to the opposite elbow. Inhale, open up, one leg dog. Exhale, touch that knee to that opposite elbow. Squeeze, pull. Couple more. Step back to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up, step it forward. So we're going to do all that on the other side. So when you're ready, start your lunges, drop the knee, pull the elbows in, and extend up. Tucking that tailbone underneath you. Extend your arms out, open up, warrior two. Reach back for reverse warrior, lightly touching the back leg. Straightening the legs, coming up, triangle pose. So really try to lengthen out of both waist. As you inhale, come up, reach back, stretch back for reverse triangle, circle it to the mat, one leg plank. Keep that left leg extended this time, pull the knee in, inhale, lengthen. Pull it in, touch the elbow if you can. Couple more. Leave that leg extended back, shift forward, one push up, lower down, back up, one leg dog. Bend that knee, open up your hip. And then as you exhale, rotate. Come forward to high plank with the knee touching that opposite elbow. Really gonna feel this in your obliques. A lot of core work here. Downward facing dog. Shift forward, vinyasa. Let's bring the feet forward to the hands. Forward fold. Sit back into chair pose. Hands to the heart. So once again, we're gonna balance. Start by pulling that right knee to the chest again. So you can just open to the side, just like we did before, or take those peace fingers around the big toe and extend the leg out for standing big toe. And again, like we did before, you can come into standing pigeon, or for a little bit deeper stretch on the hip, you can come into half lotus, placing that foot up into the crease of the leg and dropping the knee down. And I just went ahead and extended my arm up. Again, just an option. Lots of options here for you. Let's try all of that on the other side. Pull the knee in. Just open that hip to the side. And then if you want to extend the leg this time, holding onto the toe, thumb is on top of that big toe, and extend up. Bring it back in, choose standing pigeon, or bring it up into that half lotus position, dropping the knee down, extending the arm up. Let's bring it back down, step again to the top of your mat. Let's sit back, exhale to fold, lengthen the spine, and vinyasa. So widen the hands, and we're just going to do some push-ups here for upper body. So all I'm doing is bending my elbows, taking the top of the head down to the mat. Just a few times. Your hands are nice and wide. Then bring them back into that down dog shape. Come forward to your plank. Lower to the mat. We're going to come into locust pose, I believe. So just lift the chest, lift the back of the legs up. Legs are straight. Just continue to breathe. Hands come down, tuck those toes, press up to plank, hold plank, come into side plank, whichever side you'd like to start on. So I have stacked my feet on top of each other. You can keep the top leg in front if you need support, or take the bottom knee down. Let's rotate to the other side, side plank. Bring it back. Lower all the way to the mat. So we're just going to bend the right, we're just doing half bow pose. Bend the right knee, reach back for the foot, opposite arm is extended, and lift the chest. And then switching sides. Again, just using this as some prep work for bow pose. If you want to go into the full expression of the pose, reach back, both hands to both feet, kick those feet into your hands, lift the chest, lift the back of the legs up for bow pose. Breathe. So locust is an option for you if your back is just not feeling this today. Extend it back out, press up, pull the knees to the chest, alternating. We'll do, I think, 10 of these, just alternating, pulling knee to the chest. Last little bit of work here for your core. And then start to cross, elbow to, knee to opposite elbow, cross it underneath. Downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and come forward, just have a seat on your mat. We're going to, I believe, do boat pose here. So this first one, I'm keeping my knees bent. Think good posture. Your shoulders are back, chest lifted. You're welcome to continue to hold onto the legs. If not, just lean back and hold. Let's come into reverse tabletop, opening up the chest, the shoulders. Your fingertips are facing your feet here. We're going to do one more boat. I believe I extended my legs and arms more upward, holding. Be careful in these holds that you're not holding your breath. And now, incline plank. Again, your alternative is to do bend the knees and do reverse tabletop. Go ahead and lower that down. Come forward, step or float back. Then one more vinyasa, I believe. Let's stretch, lift that right leg up, pull it forward. We're going to come into pigeon pose. Just start to enjoy the stretch. Just lift it back up. Just try to bring your shoulders back over your hips. You'll feel this a little bit more in the hip flexors now. and then step back to down dog. Same thing on the other side, pointing the chest, rotating it out to the side, slowly lowering down. And I didn't show you an alternative here. If this causes you any discomfort in the knee, simply flip over to your back, and you can do any kind of hip stretch here. So where we did standing pigeon, you could cross the ankle above the knee from your back and stretching your hips that way. I believe my cat is making an appearance here in this video. Go ahead and walk it back. Bring it back forward, downward facing dog. So go ahead and come forward, have a seat on your mat. I will turn and face you now. So we're just gonna come into a one leg fold. That right foot's on the inner thigh, reach it up and over, stretch. My cat says hello. Now come up out of that. Let's do a seated twist. So I just bent that right knee, take the opposite arm up and twist, looking over that shoulder. Same thing on the other side. Bringing the opposite foot in, inhale and extend over. Come up, lift that knee up, going into our twist, opposite arm reaches up and over, gaze over that shoulder. Let's come back. We're going to do a butterfly stretch, so just bring the soles of your feet together, start to round down, relax, extra long exhales. Go ahead and come up. We're going to make our way onto our backs, hugging the knees into the chest, maybe rocking side to side. Circle is my favorite. And then when you're ready, extending on out into Shavasana, our final relaxation. Quiet bodies, quiet minds. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for joining me for my first yoga video today. Miss seeing you guys. Bye.